What's up, guys? I'm just in a trade here and moving my stop up. We have cleared, locked in 1,000. I'm hiding behind this 200 lot. Having trouble making my screen enlarge, so don't know what's going on here. But as you can see, we are in a. Oh, I better change that. Okay, I'm in a two-lot trade, two contracts, running two contracts ES, and just trying to follow it as it goes. Um, I don't know why I can't go full stream here. Full stream, full size. So we've locked in 1,000. We're holding for 1,475. I'd like to see buyers coming in. Right now they're coming in pretty good on the bid side of the DOM, about 700 to 500 as far as the delta is concerned. 700 buyers are adding, and we're just kind of back testing the VWAP band right here. There's a big block of liquidity at 66.75, so that may stop any upward movement. So I've just got to take profit, set kind of, you know, Hail Mary if it does go. I don't see a lot of reason for it to do that, but we shall see. Just taking a look at Bookmap here. And the open interest is drying up around 64, and I've got my take profit stop at 63.50. There's a little bit of a liquidity void from 64 to 63.75, and just waiting to see what's going to happen here. Back out of this and see if I can figure out what's going on here. It's kind of hard to see when it's small like this. Yeah, looks like we're falling off. I'm just going to take profit if that 1,000 at 63.50, if that triggers, then I'm going to be okay with that. Let's go with this window here. So just watching to see if that's going to trigger. I got into this trade. I believe it was 5 lots, and I added 3, became 8 lots, and then I may have added 3 more as it broke structure at 45.60, and it popped over the VWAP band and started to make a little volume peak. So it VWAP band is at 65 right now. So it might have a little juice. It's got liquidity up to, 45.69. There's a held ask at 66.75. You can see that right here. So, but all day the trend has been up and it's been eating up these held asks. Usually price would go up to that and bounce off and just die off, but not today. So we're gonna see what it does when it gets there. I do not know why I cannot make this full screen. It's driving me crazy. Oh, I know why. I think why OBS Studio is set to screen capture instead of display capture. So that's my bad on that. So we may just have to deal with this for now. Okay, we're coming up on that held ask at 66.75. Bunch of sellers came in. Just watching the market orders in the middle here. Looks, pretty heavy to the buy side on the ask. Um, Buyers have been jumping in, FOMOing in, but there is, this big block of liquidity right here at 66.75. So if we can blast through that, could do something, but no guarantees. Liking what I'm seeing though on the open interest. Okay, we got more sellers coming in, really struggling at this level. Just a lot of liquidity at 66.75. It's gonna be hard to break through. It looks like we're in a rotation. So this could dip down and wick me out real easy. I'm hiding behind this 204 lot. Let's see if that can hold. There's a little empty void right here, so I'm guessing that could fill. I could drop my stop down below this um, order here, this 225 lot, but it's not worth it. Come this far, I've locked in 1,000. Just gonna wait it out. Just gonna wait and see here. What are we gonna do? Okay, buyers are coming in strong. We're getting some ads on the bid, so that's bullish. And let's see what happens here at this 66.75. Just a big chunk of liquidity to try to break through. I don't know if we can or not. Okay, I'm seeing some ads. Just watching the delta right here. And let's just see, are we gonna stop out or are we gonna go? The chunk of liquidity at 64, which is that 215 lot that I'm hiding behind. There's actually three large orders there, 213, 203, and 214, that are propping price up and acting as support. We're kind of faltering on the open interest. We're kind of coming to the downside. So I think we're going to trigger this take profit order, or this profit stop, I should say. And we got this void right here. That'll fill real quick. We've got an imbalance to the sell side happening, 320 to 239. We do have some buyers coming in, buyers defending. It's that 64 level. It's really the low volume node of the most recent session volume profile on the 5 minute. So this would be a 5 minute volume profile I'm looking at. And it just looks like a lot of longs taking profit. We've got this big accumulation zone happening in between 66.50 and 64. The 64 is kind of the low volume node edge of it. So that's what's acting as support. That gives us a ceiling of 66.50, which is right where this block of liquidity is. And you can see the low volume node edge right there. So I'm just holding to see if this little rotation that we're in, if anything happens here, this could take us right up to 66.50. That's where things get really interesting. We'd need to see a lot of volume come in to break that level. Just not seeing it right now. Seeing, price kind of tapering off and consolidating. Large volume on the sell side in book map. There does appear to be a buy side imbalance, but if this is longs, if they're covering right here, if they're getting out right here, then that's going to be deceptive in terms of the open interest. Right now, the open interest looks heavy to the long side. It looks like there's a buy side imbalance, but it is right near the top of the volume peak. So price continues to rotate. Okay, I'm seeing more buyers come in around this level of 64. Price is just hovering above it. Can we do something here? 4565. So I'm looking at 5651 as really strong resistance. Yep. Still, every angle I look at it from, there's just a bunch of resistance right here. 422, 422 lot at 66.75. Buyers trying to come in. The end of the rotation here is a consolidation. It did peak above the VWAP band at 66.50, and then the next test was under. So that's kind of bearish for the time being. Looks like a lot of longs taking profit here. I think we're going to trigger out. I'm just hiding behind this block of buyers here. This level keeps getting defended by buyers. 64.50. For some reason, they like that level. Can they hold it? Okay, we got a heavy sell side imbalance on the delta, 800 to 300. Again, we got this liquidity void right here. So we need to see volume coming in. I'm starting to see some right now. So I want to see some plus 200 lot ads on the DOM on the bid side to have any chance of taking out this 66.75. That's just a big block right there. If I scroll up, the next area is 75. I don't think it's realistic to go as high as what's on the DOM, but take all my chunks level by level, piece by piece. Okay, so we're getting some sellers just peeked in and jumped back out right around 67.75. That was interesting. We've got a low volume edge at 66.75. You can see we're running out of volume up here. So this is where we need volume to come in really strong for the buyers to push through that 400 lot. We're going to we're going to attack it right here. And we do have what looks like a bull flag breakout happening on the point and figure chart that I'm looking at. It's just under the VWAP band. So, until it gets above it, which is 66.75, and we've got more liquidity coming in to fight back sell side liquidity. So this is a heavy area of resistance. If it breaks through it, that would be pretty bullish to possibly 4572, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. You can see the liquidity up here at 74.75. So that just moved higher, interestingly. I think I said 72.75 is right here. Okay, we are attacking that. I'm going to go ahead and move my take profit stop a little higher because we just took out 66.75. Okay, let's see if we can hold. Got a big blast of volume. We do have some liquidity higher, it could be acting as a magnet. You need liquidity, to move price, but it also helps if there's a zone in between that's blank or void. I call them voids. Open interest is kind of stalling out here at 66.50. So, want to see this start to hold. I have to adjust my screen here to show you what I'm looking at on the point and figure chart. That would be this guy here. So I got this little ABCD pattern happening. Very bullish on a retest of this, 65.50 zone. This can take off here. And that gives us kind of a, sky's the limit if it does. But it needs to break this VWAP band, which is 67, 45.67. Haven't got there yet. And we are at the edge of a low volume node. So again, it's going to need a lot more volume to push through. We have been getting more ads on the bid side of the DOM, so that's promising. So this should come back and back test, probably near the 4564, which this could stop me out. I see some liquidity at 65 right here. So that's buy side liquidity that's going to act as support for the moment. Let's see if it holds. I'd love to get a breakout right here. How cool would that be? Right now we're just back testing. Looking higher, we still have 75 acting as a, control point up here. Okay, we're getting some polling, some interesting movements on the ask side of the DOM. Got some liquidity added here. I want to see that 6725 break. That's the upper VWAP band. And it's corresponding or it has confluence with this volume peak, volume profile peak right here. Watching to see if it's going to break. Forming another micro rotation right around 66.75. Okay, we were at this low volume node right here. So that's a key area. You're gonna have to show some volume to break through and get above that VWAP band right there, which we've tried once, we've tried twice. This might be the third try. And if it fails here, I'd expect it to kind of drop off. But if it breaks, it's been bullish all session. I've been trying to short the reversions all session with really no success. So the trend is strong. DOM is pretty lit up. I don't see an imbalance. It's lit up on both sides. Got a two lot sitting at 67.50, which I think is some icing. So yeah, we got some icing happening at 67.50. I am seeing a buy side imbalance. Okay, that two lot just got added to. Now it's a seven, starting to break. Okay, we got a nice breakout. There it is. Let's see if 67.25 can hold now. I'm gonna move my take profit up a little bit here. Um, so I'm locking in 1100 plus $1,100. Currently got a take profit order at 69.75. There's room to go higher. Looks like we just touched under 69. So I'm going to switch back to my to the DOM here. Just keep in mind that that VWAP band is about 67.75. So looking at the DOM, I've got 1100 profit locked in. Gosh, we're kind of running out of large limit orders on the DOM. I'm not liking that. You have a buy side imbalance that just printed on the tape down to 66.50. So I want to keep my stop below 66.50 and see if looks like we're going to back test it right now. So I'm going to lock in 1200. Let me go ahead and lock in 1225. There's liquidity at 4567. So this is what I'm hiding behind. It looks like price is back in a rotation. So if this rotates and it back tests and it goes, it could really take off, but it's struggling at the upper VWAP, which is, 67.75. Got almost 700 orders on the delta, weighing heavy against the buyers. So buyers going to need to show some volume here. I want to take, shoot, I can't. I want to take a VPOC of the last candle that happened. Um, The last 5 minute candle that printed had a buy side imbalance to it. 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to say the VPOC of that candle is probably around 66.25. Okay, we're breaking higher. I'm going to go ahead and move my take profit higher, locking in 1300. Basically, I've got a $200 trailing stop, which I'm just trailing manually, getting some good movement there. I'm going to lock in 1400. I'm going to move my take profit up to 71.50. Right, it's just chewing it up. I'll move my take profit up to 72.50, and I'm going to hide behind this 68. Okay, we're getting a reaction there. I might have been a little too aggressive. Go back down to, so I'm locking in 1400 at 67.50. And we've got these um, plus 200 lots around 68.25 and 68.70. Okay, those are hitting. I'm going to lock in 1500. I'm looking for a big blast of volume to signal the end of this run. I'm also looking to open interest, which is growing. So at 70.50, there seems to be, yeah, orders are growing at 70.50. So they're liking that level. This is just like the other day where, there's all these sellers on the ask side of the DOM, but the buyers keep stepping in. The buyers are kind of FOMOing in on the market orders more than anything. I mean, I don't see that. Well, okay, I guess there's a lot of buyers spread out on the DOM, and the sellers are kind of clustered together. So I locked in 1500. It looks like we might stop out here. We got this big, yeah, 300 lot that didn't hold. We're back testing this VWAP band here. I'm just hiding behind the 68.75. There's a 200 lot order there that's acting as possibly some icing. It's not very strong. I'm looking at the heat map and book map, and it's not very strong, but there are buyers that keep stepping in. So, it's tempting to just roll back my stop, but we keep falling off this upper VWAP band. So I'm going to let this trigger. There we go, plus 1500. I'm happy with that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.